Welcome to AlHuTV. Today I have the pleasure of introducing the RoboUp Raccoon 2 SE. This is a simple, yes, easy to use robotic lawn mower. Easy to use because it is, well, very smart. Here we have an AI camera included. The setup is also super smart because we can assemble it and then without RTK or boundary wires, you can even have it automatically recognize the garden area here without having to walk behind it manually. That is also possible. So as I said, it's very easy to operate, but it's really impressive technically, because what I really like is that it's actually designed to be very simple. We also have a beautiful app included here. We'll definitely take a look at that as well. We'll get to that in just a moment. Of course, there's also a map stored in there. Often with some of the cheaper models, you don't really get a map feature like this. Here we also have map recognition. So it's really great, and as I said, it's suitable for simple gardens, but also for others. Yes, in terms of size, it's perfectly suited for up to 500 square meters. And now let's just take a closer look at it together. So a really big advantage, just to mention it up front, is simply the readiness for use that you get here. You set it up, as I mentioned, and then, without having to install anything complicated, you can have the map created automatically right away, and after that, it immediately starts mowing. The robot navigates very, very precisely using its camera, I have to say, which I really liked, and that was a very positive aspect of this robot. It actually surprised me in a good way, because the camera's recognition of the entire garden landscape I have here, even with some narrow passages here and there, worked so well that it really impressed me. I've also tested significantly more expensive models here from time to time, and they couldn't handle it as well or as easily as this model here. So that really stood out to me right away, and I liked it a lot, and the robot was immediately ready for use afterwards. I was able to get started right away here as well. And that's exactly what I did. I let the robotic mower run here. In the end, it basically has two modes here. The first available mode is a kind of, well, a crisscross mowing pattern, in which it efficiently mows down the whole area here. Even though it looks pretty wild, this whole cross pattern actually makes sense because unlike the random method you might know, this one is more efficient, 1.6 times more efficient than just going back and forth randomly, so crisscrossing. That also has a purpose, of course. Naturally, there's also the option to use the parallel pattern. We know that one too. That can be set via an adjustment option. You can do that as well. I'll show you that again afterwards. That's also possible. And in the end, that's how you get the whole garden mode really well. As I said, there are two different methods that can be used here, and you can also, as I'd like to show you, create a path here as well. For example, if you have a different zone, you can use these signs, which are of course included in the package, to tell the robotic mower that it's allowed to cross, say, this stone or this path here, so that it can reach the neighboring zone and continue mowing there. So that's also possible. And in case some of you are wondering why you would need that, it's actually quite simple. The robotic mower generally doesn't know where it is on the map. It navigates based on the boundary markers you have set up here. That's why it's important that in the end you install the zone or the charging station here in such a way that the mower can approach from the outside, from the edge, and then using the QR code or matrix code located inside, which is scanned by the camera, it recognizes that this is the charging station. So that's how the whole thing is set up, but it's still very, very effective when mowing, I have to say. I really liked it, and it's also a perfect entry-level model here. That should also be mentioned, and for that, it really performed impressively. And it didn't just show that on the regular lawn area, but also in narrow passages. It really handles that very well. As I already mentioned during setup, it navigated through here really well. Of course, it continues to do just as well later on. I really like that too, and that's definitely something very positive. Furthermore, another very positive aspect is not just the navigation along the edge or through the area, but also its detection capabilities. I surrounded the whole thing here with a few poles just to see how it would navigate through or if it would bump into the poles. And it all worked perfectly. So the robotic mower really finds its way around here excellently and can navigate out of the area without any problems. And detection is also important if we have any animals, for example. In my example, I used a relatively small one, my stuffed hedgehog. I placed it here, and even then it had no trouble stopping at the hedgehog and turning around. So, exactly as you would expect here. And this is reflected one-to-one by the camera here as well. When setting it up, the camera was really impressive. It performed well in navigation, in obstacle detection, and in recognizing the hedgehog. Everything worked consistently great here, especially for an entry-level model. That really surprised me in a very positive way. Otherwise, we also have an app included here. I'd like to show it to you together now. There are still a few settings you can adjust so you can see what other nice features are available. But before that, I want to show you the underside. Of course, you can see that it's lifted up now. Here we have the rotating disc, which contains the 3 blades. And what's also unusual for an entry-level model is that everything here is electronically controlled. We don't have the typical dial here to adjust the cutting height of the mower. So instead of manually setting the height between 3 and 8 centimeters, you can do it electrically here. At the back, we have a wheel here. And here are the 2 drive wheels. It's built quite simply here, and we also have a collision guard here on the physical part, which provides additional support. So now we'll turn the whole thing off again. Now let's move on to the app, which I'd also like to briefly show you. So let's take a look at the app together. Here, of course, the robot is shown again. You can also see the map very clearly here, which it created on its own, of course. Nevertheless, you can see very clearly how it moved around here. This is what my property looks like. It really looks absolutely top-notch. Here you can set the cutting height and you can adjust it right here. As I said, this works fully automatically, and that's thanks to this very affordable entry-level model. I really like it a lot. You can also mow the edges here, which makes sense anyway, because that's where it really shines, since it returns to the edge in the end. I've also left that enabled by default. Mowing with edge trimming also makes sense. Here, random mowing method, parallel lines. As I mentioned, you can set that up here wonderfully as well. Cutting right up to the edge, driving along the edges and so on. These are, I think, little things you can set here, like specific times when it should mow. So those are the available settings. We also have the option here to specify that I want to drive a parallel line in a certain area. So, for example, I deliberately drive it into zone 2 and say, hey, I want you to mow here now. Or I drive it over to the neighbor's place and it should mow there as well. Basically, it works in a similar way. You can imagine it like that. So that works really well too. Just bring it to the target area and then say, please mow here. And then, of course, you can do the whole thing again at specific spots. And we also have a few more settings here. What I also really like is that we have a rain sensor here as well. That also works wonderfully. It detects when it's wet. That's already a tried and tested feature, basically. The 2 contacts are connected by the water. Yes, it then drives to the edge, and using this edge, it navigates itself back to its station. That really works. Spot mowing, creating a mowing schedule, wildlife protection mode, I've activated that anyway. You just do that as, that shouldn't even be an option, it always makes sense. We can also do all of this with the remote control. I've turned on rain mode here. You can already see blade replacement. Yes, there's basically a status for that, like how many hours until the next change and so on. You can adjust all of that here again. The whole thing is, of course, connected via Wi-Fi, which has a huge advantage. Updates are transmitted directly over the air and then installed right away. And then the robotic mower is always up to date. Why is that so important? Some of you might still have an older model, not from this brand. There are different brands out there. With some, you even have to go there with a laptop and plug it in. That's not the case here. Yes, as I said, it comes with everything you need for a simple garden. I had nothing to complain about here. As I said, you have to make a few compromises. What kind of model price do I have here? And what do I expect for it? How complex is my garden? What does it need to accomplish? These are generally the kinds of questions you should ask yourself before deciding on a robotic mower. Do I have a simple garden? Then I'll get along great with a model like this. Do I have a very complex garden? Then maybe this isn't the first choice. But then, of course, a robotic mower that's much more expensive comes into play. Yes, that's something I also have to weigh up. Yes, and those are the kinds of things. I naturally assess the robot for the use it's actually suited for. Yes. And for this use, the robot is really great. Yes. For a simple front yard, yes, without 50 passages, the mower has to get through. Then you're exactly right here with such a simple model where you can really just get your lawn mowed easily. If you have a complex garden, then of course you'll reach your limits with this. So that's something you have to weigh up. Yes? And before it comes up again, well, maybe I judge everything positively. No, for this use, it's really great, and that's what you have to differentiate. Where do I need it? And for that, it's perfectly suited. If I have a complex garden, then of course maybe a robot that navigates a bit differently with navigation and so on would be better. But for my small front yard, for example, it would be just right. That's it for my test here. I hope I was able to give you some insight. Otherwise, it's really a great device and definitely recommended for its intended use. That's all from me, and see you next time. Of course, you can read everything again down below in the description. That's very important, and see you next time on AlHuTV.